Well, a First Coast father is transforming personal loss into an ambitious mission, raising funds to help other grieving parents. Here to tell us more is Dr. Evan Pucillo. Evan, thanks so much for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
I'm glad to have you. It has been nearly 5 years since you lost your son, Joseph Angelo. He was born February 9th, 2021, and he was born at just 25 weeks. He was about 6 months into your wife's pregnancy. She also had a very difficult time. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened and what has happened since?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity again to speak today and just share the word about Joseph and just kind of spread the word to anybody who might be in a similar situation. Joseph, unfortunately, was born prematurely. It was an emergency preterm labor, and we knew going into the hospital that we were going to lose him. And my wife had to labor and deliver Joseph, and we got to spend a few hours with him. And then, unfortunately, right afterward, which I believe is common in preterm labor, my wife hemorrhaged, and she required emergency surgery to kind of save her from hemorrhaging, and she was just bleeding severely. Unfortunately, Joseph, we got a couple hours with him, and it was really difficult, very traumatizing, but they were able to save my wife, thankfully, with the surgery. And it's just been a really kind of rocky road ever since. And I know it's been 5 years, but uh, to this day, things are still kind of just we're just making our way through one day at a time.
Well, I'm so sorry about what you went through. And of course, the loss of a child is something that never heals. Very often, preterm labor that results in a child's death maybe doesn't get as much attention and um, and processing available to parents. It can sometimes be overlooked. Sometimes people don't talk about it as much as they might. So, what is it that you are hoping to do by talking about Joseph and the experience that you went through?
Yeah, I really just want to get the word out to other moms and dads and, even family members who have a loved one who might have lost an infant preterm or, after full gestation. It's, as a parent, you kind of walk into parenthood knowing that your job is to, one, love your children and two, keep them safe. And when something, tragic like this happens, it just kind of shackles you with grief and you're just kind of lost. And so by being here today, speaking with you and through other outlets as well, I'm just really hoping to share the word, make others feel like they're not alone because you can be just kind of isolated in darkness after a loss like this. And, just really trying to help other people.
And you are actually doing a fundraiser for an organization that does reach out and help families, a group that actually helped your family in the aftermath of this tragedy. Uh, Tell us a little bit about the organization and what it is that you're planning to do some fundraising for them.
That's correct. Yeah. So RTZ HOPE is an organization out of California, and they specialize in helping mothers and fathers who have just recently lost a pregnancy or an infant. And it was actually started by an occupational therapist in California who she and her husband had lost their child as well, unfortunately. But really, I've tried to turn this tragedy into some purpose for us and just kind of honor my son's life, honor Joseph's life, and give back to this organization that was able to help us in our darkest moments after we lost our son.
And you're doing a rather extraordinary journey to raise money. You're going to Tanzania. You're going to climb Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, so this is really interesting. It kind of started as a trip that my friend wanted to do, and we were on board with. And then as the, planning of the trip kind of took shape, I decided to really make it into something a little bit more purposeful. And RTZ Hope was the organization that was really there for us when my wife and I were struggling after losing Joseph. And I just decided to make this kind of like a living memorial for our son and try to raise $10,000 for RTZ Hope organization so that that money can go to help other families who maybe have lost an infant or a preterm child as well.
And the way that you're doing this is you're allowing people to sponsor basically by the mile. This is a roughly 48-mile climb that you're going to be doing. No small feat, but you're going to be allowing people to make $1 or $5 or whatever donation they want to make per mile.
Exactly. Yeah, there's multiple ways that they can contribute. They can sponsor by mile, or they can do just a flat out donation to the organization. But yeah, we're gonna go try our best. And I saw Mount Kilimanjaro as a really kind of like a nice symbol for what it meant to be a parent losing a child, because you're losing a child, you're lost. You're just absolutely lost in your grief and your trauma. You feel like you're just staring up at the tallest mountain in the world, and you just don't ever think you could get out of your grief, and it feels that insurmountable. And so people can really just kind of jump on board and sponsor us as we take our journey to the top, one step at a time.
And I know that you've been doing some training, so it won't be insurmountable for you. And you also are, physical therapist by training. So you've got some knowledge of what it will take.
That's correct. Yeah. So I've been working hard to try to prepare, doing a lot of steps and stairs, walking with my boots and my pack on. I put about 30 to 40 pounds in a backpack that I'm going to use on the trek. And I'll just go out and walk for 5, 6, 7 miles at a time.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. It sounds like a great adventure, but also a really fitting memorial for your son. And, thank you so much for doing it. We have a link on our website if you would like to contribute to Evan's effort. Evan Pucillo, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you so much.